units in this student's work. السلام عليكم. على بركة الله سنبدأ بتدريس محتوى الكتاب Market Leader Unit 1 Careers. So before starting, let's make a look at the overview sections. So the first lesson consists of vocabulary and reading. The second lesson we have the sections of listening and language review. The third lesson we have skills, and in the fourth lesson we have case study. So with all these activities we have further work in the practice file, in the workbook. So firstly, let's give a small definition of the word career. Career is an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress in the professional life. So next I will ask you to look at the quotation that we have, the quotation of Maya Angelou, the United States author. So the quotation is in the picture. So she says, nothing will work unless you do. Nothing will work unless you do. So I will ask you to read this quotation and tell me your interpretations from this quotation. In starting up, we will begin with a small discussion in which you answer 3 questions. The first one, how ambitious are you? Here you will talk about your level of ambition in your life. The second question, do you have a career plan? Where do you want to be in 10 years' time? Here you will talk about the planning of your career in your life, okay, and where you expect yourself after 10 years. The third question, which of the following would you prefer to do? Which of the following would you prefer to do? So, A, work for one company during your career. B, work for several different companies. C, work for yourself. In the second part of the discussion, we will focus on the sectors, okay, that you would like to work in and why. So they give us 6 fields of work. We have sales and marketing, number 1. Number 2, finance. Number 3, management. Number 4, administration and personnel. Number 5, production. Number 6, research and development, R&D. So in this part, you will choose one of the sectors that you would like to work in and tell us why you choose these 2 sectors or fields. In part C, they ask you a question. What should you do to get ahead in your career? Choose the 4 most important tips from the list below. Here they give you 8 advice to move in your career. So you have to choose just 4, okay? And you will tell us why did you choose this 4 and not the other 4s, okay? So tip number 1, change companies often. Number 2, use charm with your superiors. Number 3, attend all meetings. Number 4, go to your company social function. Number 5, be energetic and enthusiastic in all times. Number 6, be the last to leave work every day. Number 7, find an experienced person to give you help and advice. The last one, and 8, study for extra qualifications in your free time. The next section is vocabulary with the title Career Moves. So in activity A, we have a matching vocabulary. They give you some words, include the word careers, and they ask you to match them to their correct meaning. The first word, number 1, career move. The second word, career break. Number 3, career plane. Number 4, career opportunity. So, career move is already done with C, something you do in order to progress in your job. Career break. I will explain the career break. A career break, when you quit your work, okay, and you have a break for continuing your studies or taking care of your kids or something like this. Number 3, career plane. So every one of us make a planning for his career. Number 4, career opportunities. So career opportunities is the opportunities that you get during your professional career. In activity B, they ask you to complete this sentence with the verbs from the books. So the first verb is make. The second, take. Have is already done. Decide, offer. So in number 1 is already done. Employees in large multinationals have excellent career opportunities if they are willing to travel. So in this activity, they ask you to fill the gaps in these sentences with the given verbs. And they ask you if you have some difficulties in some words or terms, use a good dictionary to help you. In activity C, we have a group of words which are related to a verb. So here they ask you to cross out the noun or noun phrase which doesn't go with the verb in each group. So number 1 is an example. So we say make a fortune, make progress, make a living, but we don't say make a training course. So in this activity you have to continue crossing out the odd word or noun phrase that doesn't go with the verb get earn, do, take, and work. In activity D, we have to complete this exercise from the words or word partnerships that we form in exercise C. That means the precedence exercise. So we have to fill the gaps here in number 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the words partnership that we did in exercise C. So the first one, for example, Goran is 59, but he doesn't want to. In fact, he is taking on more work. So, in your opinion, what is the suitable word partnership in C? Okay, that's suit this phrase or this sentence. So this example number 1, the answer is Goran is 59, but he doesn't want to take early retirement. In fact, he is taking on more work. The next section of this lesson is reading. 10 ways to improve your career. 10 ways to improve your career. So in activity A, they ask you to discuss these questions in pairs. Okay? So with your classmate, with your friend. So number 1, what helps when trying to move ahead in your career? So here they ask you to give the factors, personal factors and workplace factors that help you to improve your career or to progress in your career. Number 2, what practical advice could you give to someone who wants to get ahead in their career? Make a list of 3 or 5 points. So here they ask you to give 3 or 5 points that can help to progress your career. Next, in activity B, so they ask you here to scan the article quickly to find out if any of the points you have listed in exercise A are mentioned. So you have to make a quick view on the article and see if there is an advice that is identical to the one you write in exercise A. So let's read the 10 ways to improve your career. So these 10 ways to improve your career are make of Agile Finance, a leading staffing and recruiting services firm, offers the following tips for getting ahead in your career. Number 1, make a list of your priorities and outline your tasks for the day. Write down your short and long-term goals. Evaluate your progress frequently and stay focused. Number 2, are you really present? You may physically be at work, but are you there mentally? Number 3, learn how to work through others. Delegating tasks is an important skill to master at any level. Number 4, always look for opportunities to broaden your skills. For example, you can attend professional development seminars. Number 5, socialize with colleagues. This will help you learn about what's happening in other departments. Number 6, Create your own goals. Determine where you want to be professionally and what skills you need to reach that goal. Number 7. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Accept challenges that force you to try something new. Number 8. Be clear about what you want. If you believe you deserve a promotion, ask for one. 9. Take time off and relax. Attending to your personal life and doing things that make you happy will help your performance at work. 10. Seek satisfaction. If you're disappointed by your current career, look for ways to transform your job into more of what you want. If this not solve the problem, maybe it's time to look for a new position. If you follow this advice, you will significantly increase your opportunities to earn more money, get promoted sooner, and move ahead faster, says Mr. Leibovitz, President and Chief Operating Officer of Agilent Finance. So in activity C, after reading the 9 tips or the 10 tips, you decide which tip each of the following sentence could be added to. For example, here A is an example. These are also a great way to network with influential people. So this advice belongs to the tip number 4. Always look for opportunities to broaden your skills. So to answer this activity, you have to return to reading the text and link the ideas of the advice with the tips given. So in activity D, without looking back at the text, you have a matching exercise. So you match the verb with the noun phrase from expression from the article. So this is what we have here. We call them collocations. Collocations, okay? So to reach a goal, to get ahead, and you choose A or B or D or E. To evaluate, to deserve, to master. So you have to match the verbs with the phrase. So after finishing the lesson number 1, so we have to move to further work in practice file or workbook. Page 4. So we have here the section vocabulary. They ask you to complete the text with the best word. Career advice for junior manager. So they give you a text about the advice for junior manager, and they give you choices. For example, number 1 we have A, take, number B, get, and number C, earn. So they already choose B, get. So junior managers who get a promotion often face many problems when they have more authority and responsibility. So you have to continue filling the gaps with one of the choice given. In activity B, always from the practice file, vocabulary, page 4, they ask you to complete the sentences with the appropriate form of an item from the books. Involve, be in charge, deal, look, make sure, be responsible. So number 1 is already done for you. Marcel Lacour works for research and development. His job involves developing new products and new idea. So in this activities you have to fill the gaps or complete the sentence with phrases from the books, depending on the context of each sentence. So with this classwork we come to the end of lesson 1 in the coursebook Market Leader and Further Work Practice File. It was Riyad for with you, the English teacher. Thank you very much for watching. See you later with the second lesson.